like,
Do you think it's
map?
safe to open?
Is it even a box?
Yes, it is a box. There is a lid on top.
So this is just from my personal experience of walking outside, getting a spear to my rib cage. We should probably check it before opening it.
Do that, Elbreth.
Oh, me? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna feel for traps.
You feel all around, look under it, run your dagger along the seam, look for maybe any tripwires or anything like that, any hidden switches, and find nothing.
Great. I'm gonna let you guys open it, but it seems pretty safe. And I'm gonna step back here, and Claire's gonna stay behind me.
All right, Volton, will you help me?
Sure. Bev, do you want to step out of the room just in case something's inside it?
I'd be happy to. I go wait.
Yeah, you can stay with Claire, since Claire.
What is your combined strength score?
My strength is 16.
15.
Yeah, the two of you push on the lid of that box and cannot move it.
Okay, I can not die. Yeah, I'll try to help.
All right.
Hold on, I'm looking. Ooh, I got a hefty strength of 9, baby.
Yeah, the Chewinga waddles up beside Jordan, puts its little hands on it as well.
Bev, I think we need you to help.
Oh, okay. What's going on? Sorry, guys. My kid is being a lot right now. What were you needing my help with?
They are trying to push the top off the box.
Oh.
But but so far they haven't gotten enough strength up to do so.
Okay.
So
all right.
Everybody was chipping in.
All right. I, with my -1 strength.
Yeah, don't need a roll. Just what is your strength score?
9.
Okay, so that's 18.
I crack my knuckles.
Yeah, I'm at a full 9 as well. Yeah, we're the strongest of the group. Don't worry. Little did you guys know, Bev was actually a heavyweight wrestler.
With all of you pushing with all your might, you're just able to push this huge granite slab off the top, revealing a ancient, now desiccated and mummified corpse. It looks like it might have once been clothed in tribal garb, but that has long since rotted away. In one hand is a pearl, and in the other is a long, slender stick. Looks like maybe a wand of some type.
Yeah, if we take things do we think it's gonna come to life and eat my face?
Are we gonna end up in a poltergeist situation?
Because if not, I'm gonna take things from the dead guy.
Once again, if you two want to dart off, so less people, just in case.
Yep. I will back out of the room, and as I'm backing out of the room, I'd like to mage hand the wand.
All right, the wand floats over toward you.
I'm gonna motion for the Chewinga to follow us out of the room.
And then I'll mage hand the pearl over to Elabreth.
All right.
Yeah. And I'm gonna stay.
Can I tell what the wand is?
Not without identifying it, which is going to take some time.
I'm eyeballing this corpse. It's not moving, is it?
It is not.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna come over here. So, should we put the lid back on the dead guy? Just
That
in
seems
case.
like
You know, he might not be moving now, but if he does, it took us all to move that. He won't be able to.
I mean, we did just kind of desecrate his grave. The least we could do is
Yeah.
put it back the way we found it.
All right. So you guys shove the huge granite block back into place.
Great. We put the lid on the dead guy. Yay!
Yep, you sure did. Put the lid on the dead
Walton,
guy.
did you see any other places in this cave?
I don't think we've been. There's like a room down here I haven't been into, so
Okay.
Yay.
yeah, down here somewhere. Maybe somebody would like to come along.
Yep. So that 8-foot high, 5-foot wide passage has a dozen burial niche carved into the walls. All that they contain now are a few scattered bones.
Did we go this way as well, like down?
Yes, Wilton has been that way.
Okay.
He just leads around.
Yep. And with that, you find yourself back in front of the entrance to the cave.
All right, let's go get the mead.
The mead.
All right. You guys heft up the barrels, and with Volton and Bax pulling on the wagon, you are able to.
There were some like farm animal type stuff in here.
There are some goats and sheep in the pen.
Are there any like strong looking goats, or are they like little goats?
They're little goats.
Okay, I was just thinking if they were big enough, maybe we could tie them to the cart.
No, nothing big enough to pull the cart, especially with
We should
three
probably
huge
at least let
mead
them
barrels.
go.
Yeah.
Can we keep one and call him Claw?
You have an animal with you now.
Yeah, that's Clark. We need a
Yep.
Claw. And a Cole. And a
And then just a silence.
an animal that is not named.
We're praying for the silence.
How dare you?
I'm gonna use my my ability to make animals and summon 8.
I'll go over and open the gate and let the goats and.
All right, they mill about the cave.
Okay.
I guess I'll pull the cart outside.
Yeah, I'll help.
All right, you guys begin pulling the cart and head back off toward Goodmead. It is slow going in the snow to pull the cart. Obviously, that wasn't an issue for the giant, but for you, it's very difficult, and it's well after sundown by the time you pull back into Goodmead with your cart.
I guess we head to the meat hall.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, since there's no mead to be had, there are a few locals scattered about the mead hall. But other than that, it is quite empty. Other than the innkeeper.
Yes. Should we go tell the innkeeper that we did the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can finally try some of this mead.
It better be good.
Right?
We almost died like 4 times just to get this. I'm gonna walk to the counter and
Yeah.
excuse me.
You've returned.
Yeah, that was stupid. But here's your mead. There's giants and animals dying but hey, mead.
And did you lead the giants back here?
No, they're dead.
Oh, thank goodness.
But how close are they to the town? How long of a journey was it?
It's 8 hours. Yeah, it was a full day's travel into the woods to get there.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind then. Yeah, they're dead. Yep. Meat and dead giants and animals. Don't forget the animals that died. R.I.P. It's fine. I'm not hurt. I'm gonna look at Bev and motion for a tissue.
Yep. Bev pulls so many tissues out of her pocket that it looks like one of those handkerchief tricks that a magician does.
Claire.
I know. God is cruel.
This meat better be the best meat I've ever had in my life. I lost my baby.
Oh,
All right, so as one of the people who is sitting around, upon hearing that you guys took out the giants, what is everybody's charisma score?
Mine's pretty good.
Mine is
Mine's 14.
16.
12.
8.
All right.
Dumps that.
A middle-aged woman approaches you all, removes her thick wool scarf so that she can speak clearly. She says, "My name is Olivessa, and I make the cash for the mead. Recently, as you were gone, as you know, our previous town speaker died trying to retrieve the mead. And unfortunately, it looks like some are pushing to have a man named Shandar Froth to become our next town speaker. But some friends of mine don't want that to happen. They say he's untrustworthy. And I don't know him that well, but I've been urged to run against him. I really have no desire to be a speaker, but she looks at Bev, says, "You seem to be a good leader, and this town could use one. What do you say?"
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm
Jesus Christ.
experienced political consultant.
And an artist.
And an artist, and sometimes bobsledder. And I've also been known to do a bit of calligraphy here and then. So let's just put it this way. I have what you need.
All right.
I'm gonna look at Bax. Did she just is she gonna leave us?
Fortunately, we do have commitments elsewhere.
Is this position available on a remote basis?
Well,
Yeah, don't forget
you
that we
could
got to get back to Danica.
you could appoint
Danica's
representatives and return. It's not like Goodmead is exactly a thriving metropolis and needs day-to-day management, but we just do need some good leadership. And yeah, I'm sure, knowing that your capable selves, the people who defeated the giants that were stealing the mead, I'm sure the people would feel much more comfortable in these trying times, knowing that we were under your protection and leadership.
Yes, that would be a comfort to the people. It would. And who am I to keep them from what they need?
If we've
That's what
got to
they
get back to
want.
Danica, she's waiting on us.
And,
Think of how impressed she'll be if I'm the speaker of good mead.
yeah.
I can make it great mead.
How long would this take?
I can begin making inquiries within the hour. and we could have
I
a
mean, we're gonna
vote.
get drunk anyway.
We could have a vote by day's end, or well, by the tomorrow day's end. It is late evening.
I mean, we were gonna get drunk anyway, Volton. And you know, I'm gonna lean in so that Bev can't hear me. She's very sensitive.
Can I do a perception check to see if I hear that?
Yes.
My son has
It,
two new
it is only
batteries,
one day. What do you think, Bex?
Oh, son of a.
I begin to weep, but I try to hide it because I'm a public figure now and I can't show weeping.
I think we've already deviated from our path to get back to Danica enough.
Is it? I mean, we were gonna get drunk anyway, and it's just a day. And she is your sister.
I know.
Do you want her to cry?
Bev's eyes get so big, like a Disney princess. Like,
Of course not.
Yeah. As you guys are discussing, and the innkeep says, much rather have the half pint than that Shandar as a town speaker anyway. Rumor has it that he's in the pocket of that no good Maxildanar from Targos.
Oh, heck. Well, boys, and Ash.
Thank you.
I think we've heard what we need to hear, and elections are tomorrow.
I pull a bottle of wine out of my bag and I slap it against the closest boat that I can find. I will search the entire city if I have to find a boat in someone's backyard. I'm gonna hit it with a champagne bottle. I'm like, "Hey, babies." I'm gonna be like, ask not what the Forgotten Realms can do for you, but ask what you can do for the Forgotten Realms. And I'm just like shaking hands. I'm wearing a very tasteful pantsuit. I cast disguise self with my body still the same, but the pantsuit is just like Hillary at the second debate. And like, I am just doing this.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna drink the mead.
Okay, so you're hanging out in the mead hall. The next day,
one thing, do we not get paid for bringing this mead back to the innkeeper?
He will give you 25 gold each.
Hey.
Oh,
Sweet.
hey,
I'll do it.
And mead. Do we...
Yes, he will give you some mead.
Does this job pay?
Well, you'll be provided the speaker's estate, and they point to this. One of the more, upscale homes in the area, which is still a little more than a cottage.
Oh, it's the nicest place Bev's ever seen, though. I'm gonna live in a castle.
Does that have like a second story? A whole
Next, we're
second
gonna have
story?
a house with doors. Doors! Very excited about that.
Yeah, so as you are drinking mead in the hall, Elbereth, the next day, there are, now that there's mead, there's a lot more townsfolk gathered in the mead hall, celebrating the return of festivities. And as you're sitting there off by yourself drinking, these 8 thugs,
I hate you,
storm into the mead hall in cold weather clothing and start shoving people around and, overturning tables. A man close to the bar and some of his cohorts stand up and confront them and say, "We don't welcome your kind in good mead." And this erupts in a huge fight between the two groups, ending with the thugs running out of town for their lives with their tails between their legs.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Shortly thereafter, the individual that stood up and confronted them comes in and says, "They'll never be coming back," to which several people within the inn begin chanting, "Shandar! Shandar! Shandar!" And that's when you realize that is Bev's competition.
This is gonna be real fun. I am going to unbutton the top 2 buttons of my shirt and walk up to him and tell him that was really, really cool that you got them out of here. I was really scared.
Oh, of course you were. But never fear, I am here to defend the town, and if I am made speaker, I can assure you that those types will know that there is no place for them in Goodmead.
That you sound like a leader already. Can I buy you a drink?
Absolutely, my good lady.
Great. I'm gonna run to get a drink and then come back and sit and hand him his drink.
When it comes to time to for the vote, I can count on you for your vote, correct?
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. Anything for the man that saved my life. I could have died.
Going on here, I say to Pax.
All right.
So I'm gonna. Can I get information? Oh shit. Uh-oh. Well.
Oh man, that's a good roll. Okay, so as this guy's talking to you, when you first approach him, you see this flash of recognition in his eyes, as if he knows exactly who you are. And you can tell throughout this entire conversation that he is schmoozing you and telling you exactly what you want to hear. But he knows exactly who you are.
Great. I love that. So I'm gonna, as we're sitting there, button my shirt back up. So now that we're here and you have your drink, what's the guy's name from Targos?
Maxildanar. Nerith Maxildanar.
Can you give me information on Maxildanar?
Well, he is a fine speaker, and I'm sure that if I am put in power, that I will be able to work closely with him to bring prosperity to both our good towns, trade agreements and whatnot. Before long, all the people of Goodmead will have their coffers flowing with coin.
Are you also going to do a lottery to keep people out of dying?
Well, I have no intention of instituting humanoid sacrifices in Goodmead.
And do you support him doing that?
Well, each speaker has to make their own decisions. I could not possibly question what other speakers do. Of course, you know that even the speaker of Bryn Shander and of East Haven, they too offer up humanoid sacrifices to Oral. People do what they must do to survive in these trying times.
Right, yes. And I don't know what else information I should get from this man that knows exactly who I am, because he's not going to tell me anything. Great. Well, you enjoy your mead, and I am going to go not talk about you. Oh, before I go, though, I do have one more question. How
Oh.
much did you how much did you pay those thugs to come in here to make you look good?
I have never seen them before.
That's crazy because you knew who they were and that they shouldn't be here, right?
I knew that they came into the mead hall and began harassing the good folk of Goodmead.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Well,
Yep, and if you'll remember, they did come in and immediately start harassing people before he stood up and told them to get lost.
yeah. Okay. Well, you have a lovely meet. I'm gonna. I'll
All
walk
right.
off.
All right.
I got nothing from him. I'm so sorry, guys. Nothing.
Are
And
there,
don't
like,
worry,
oh,
I'm not
good.
gonna.
Good.
I was lying, but he knew that.
Is it pretty packed by now of people like preparing to vote?
No, they're going to spend the entire day campaigning, and they'll have the vote toward the end of the day.
Okay. Is there going to be a point in time at which a large congregation of people will be around?
Well, there is quite a few people in the mead hall.
Okay. Bev gets up on a table. And she says, a totally not plagiarized political speech of great renown.
She has a dream.
I have myself full confidence that if all do their duty, if nothing is neglected, and if the best arrangements are made, as they are being made, we shall prove ourselves once again able to defend our frozen home, to ride out the storm of war, and to outlive the menace of tyranny, if necessary for years, if necessary alone. At any rate, that is what we are going to do. Too many lines. Even though large tracts of, and then it dubs over, and instead of saying Europe, it says Icewind Dale, and many old and famous states have fallen or may fall into the grip of, and instead of the Nazis, it says oral. We shall not flag or fail. We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in, and instead of it saying France, it says Targos. We shall fight in the seas and the oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our land, whatever the cost may.
All right.
And she just does it, and then she smokes a cigar.
All right. So let's do this. Actually, for Bev, it's going to be this. And for Volton, it will be... Well, it'll be the same thing because you are telling a story. So. You both should have rolls to make.
Can I make this with advantage? We're using my inspiration.
Yep.
Do I just click advantage before I do this, or?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh my god, make good mead great again. That's the giant slayer. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And I
okay.
Oh my.
So yeah,
We're gonna make it
you guys are, drumming up the people. Anything else you guys want to do during the day?
Bev, prestidigitate buttons that have your face and a giant's head so I can pass them out.
Oh my gosh, yes. I just am like prestidigitating a bunch of political buttons that say like make it great mead, vote Bev.
Make it great mead. So as you guys are both in the mead hall campaigning for who is going to become the town speaker, Shandar says, "Good people of good mead, if I am elected to your speaker, I can promise that I will be here and be available to you 24 hours, 7 days a week, working for you, driving out the riffraff such as we saw earlier, defending you with my men against giants and other problems. Whereas our compatriot, I understand, has other obligations elsewhere. I am sure she would be a fine leader, but I don't think she's for good mead. If you were elected, could you commit to dedicating yourself 100% to the service of good mead?
Bev stands up on a table and then grabs a small carton and stands on that on the table so that she can be as tall as the guy. And she says, listen, if you want someone who's going to be here every day of every year and never leave you alone for a single moment, this is your man right here. And I point to him. And I say, but if you don't like big government, if you don't like to be micromanaged by your speaker, if you want someone who speaks for you by letting you speak and not being in your business constantly, vote for Bev. I might not be here all the time, but I am awesome. And then she finger guns.
I'll finger gun with it.
All right.
And I put on
So
sunglasses.
for that,
Aviators.
we will go.
Can I use my inspiration to roll that with advantage?
Sure. That'll give, since it's with disadvantage, that'll give you a straight roll. You hear a lot of groans from the crowd as the finger guns come out.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dave.
even your own party is groaning.
All
And
right.
I pressed it. Did you take the little sparks come out of them? They look really cool.
Oh, magic.
So as it is getting dark, people begin casting their secret ballots, and they begin to count them, and finally, Olivessa says, "Well, the tally is in, and I'm happy to welcome our new speaker, Shandar."
Boo!
Bev pulls out a very, very tasteful white pantsuit. And she proceeds to say, we've spent the last day and a half bringing together dozens of people from every corner of this town. And she does Hillary Clinton's concession speech.
All right.
And then she walks out of the building and into the snow. And just like wherever there's the nearest tub, she just like lays face down in it.
All right. So Elbereth, you're asking one of the people, is it the finger guns? And he says, well, we need a speaker who's going to be available to hear our questions and our concerns and to listen to our advice. We don't need someone who's always running up to Bryn Shander or all over the Tin Towns. We need somebody who can be here for us.
Oh, yeah. Right, because
And-
that's going to happen with the crooked speaker, right? Okay.
And
bet.
Shandar proved that he can handle thugs and whatnot that come in to attack us, so
I mean, did
I
he
believe
kill
he
two
was the
giants?
right choice.
Did he kill two giants? Because I didn't see him there when we were there, and Bev murdered one of them. Cold blood. But that's okay. If giants attack, you guys got this. You guys have Shandar, and I'll walk outside to the Esh.
She is laying face down in a snowdrift.
I'm gonna pull her out of the snowdrift and just hold her. It was
the finger guns, wasn't it?
It wasn't the finger guns, and I'm gonna set her in my lap and just rock her back and forth and hum her a song.
Oh, I just so gently finger gun a thank you to you.
I'll finger gun back mid hum.
I'm just weeping. Like, I love you, Lexi. All I ever wanted is just for people to like me and feel like I bring value to things. And I just always, it's like people are like, hey, you need a thing. And I'm like, yeah, I can do the thing because I just want people to need me so badly because I hate myself. And
I'm gonna motion for the twins Chewinga and Claire to come over and sit with us and for the Chewinga to hop up in her lap.
It's almost like the constant need for success is built on some kind of feeling that I'll never be good enough.
I'm gonna wipe her tears and continue to rock her while the fox is sitting by her feet. And I don't know if the Chewinga actually hopped up in her lap, but if he did, well, the Chewinga sits there
No.
as well. Well, that's
You know,
rude.
one time Bax and I were in Tarkos and there was this guy that was bleeding pretty badly and I gave him stitches and told him I was the doctor. I just wanted to feel helpful. He got an infection and he died.
Bev, will it make you feel better if I tell you about my past? You remember the time that you wanted to know and I didn't tell you?
Bev perks up. Yes.
Oh,
Please.
okay. All right. So as you know, I came from Notha Hill, and when I was growing up, I used to pick pockets, and it was just a real ruckus in the town. Well, the elder caught me, and I panicked, and you remember what I did to that old guy that was dying in his bed, and I just kind of arrowed him in the face?
The murder, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I did that to her, and I panicked and I ran, and now there's people that are hunting me down.
Oh no.
So you're very helpful to me because you keep me alive, and I'll continue rocking her while I tell her this story.
Bev's still crying, but it's a quiet cry now.
What are Volton and Bax doing?
I'm probably like getting our arrangements in order, so since we are out of the race, we can get ready to move on.
All right.
I was
You're
almost
prepared.
about to go up the door and see what Bev and Elbert are up to, but then I hear the thing about the stitches, and I'm like, oh, and I back away.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
I'm not.
All right.
I don't murder people anymore. Just so you know, Bev. I don't. Unless they deserve it or need it. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people really deserve it.
Like that guy that was dying in his bed. I wanted to put him out of his misery.
Yeah, no, that seems like it was like the right move, you know.
Yeah.
I might be a couple 100 years old. You're not gonna murder me because I'm old, right?
No.
Okay,
Only if you
okay.
start, doing what he did. Then yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna be fine. I'm just.
Yeah, no, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just,
It's okay. Sometimes when I murder people, I have kind of like a laughing tick reaction.
Yeah, same. And it's, I
This is why we're friends. You just get it. You get it.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
we've bonded.
It's
All
been
right.
a really long time since I had a friend that didn't occupy the same uterus as me for 9 months.
I mean, you guys did call me mom, so it might have been mine. I don't know.
Anyway,
All right.
are you our mom?
Get away from me.
Yeah.
I was like, are you my mom?
So you guys spend some time sitting out in the snow, comforting one another. I will need Constitution saving throws from you two. This is very cold out there.
You're right. Absolutely.
And you're laying and sitting in the snow.
I don't know why it rolled that with advantage.
You were fine anyway. All right. So that evening, really cool. You guys are able to get a room. Sharing a room again, or separate rooms?
Sharing.
Okay.
Sharing.
Yeah.
How much
crawls under the bed.
Oh, it's my turn to pay.
Yeah, it is a poor room.
How much is it?
Whatever a poor lodging
Oh, poor room.
is.
Okay, got you.
Yep.
I'll look it up.
And the next day, where are you going?
1 silver piece.
Thanks.
We should probably take the Chewinga to Danica.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should head out to the Eastway Road and then up to Brinchanda.
I agree.
All right. So you guys head out along the Eastway, traveling for a couple of days. During that time, it's not exactly a blizzard, but it's been heavy snowfall, making traveling very slow going and laborious. And about midday on your second day of travel, you see a figure, a very large, shadowy figure that you can't quite make out what it is, lumbering through the snow toward you along the road. As it comes into view, you see a pale-skinned elf with flowing golden hair sitting astride a polar bear.
This is going to awaken something in Elbreth.
I bet that polar bear talks.
I bet. Male, female, doesn't matter.
Female.
Perfect. Hello. Hi.
Ah, travelers in this weather. Very unusual. You notice that much like your good old friend from Targos trading caravan, she is wearing a flimsy white dress. Looks like linen, and no coat or winter wear to be seen as far as you can tell.
Where are you headed?
Toward Goodmead. I hear there has been trouble with giants and such in the forest of late.
Oh yeah, they're dead.
Ah, well, that is fortunate.
Yeah, what's your name?
I am.
Uh-oh. Yes, type it.
Her name is Imelda.
English? Imelda?
Imelda Neorora.
Oh. Yeah, you guys got any questions for her? Because I just wanted to know her name. She's pretty.
Were you planning on taking out the giants yourself, or?
I was. But apparently now I am not needed.
So, where will you go? Well, where would you go then? If not here.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I imagine I will still proceed to the forest and just make sure that there are no other dangers. Although, I hear there is trouble in East Haven, so...
The Winter Wolves?
No, that
Oh, that was,
that was Dugan's Hole.
Dugan's Hall. Yep, never mind. Continue.
What's happening in East Haven?
I'm not sure, I just heard from some other travelers that there had been some trouble there lately.
Ask you kind of a personal question. I realize we just met, but it's really I'm bad at keeping these in.
It's okay. She's a therapist, so it's not as personal as you think.
Independent social work, advanced degree. many years of practice, certified in
Also an artist.
CBT, DBT, EMDR, hypnotherapy, past life therapy. I got it all. I got it all. How are you not cold right now? Isn't it chilly?
Ah, the
Is that
Lord
a south wind?
Sylvanus protects me from the elements.
Huh. Sylvanus, so you're not in favor of the whole ongoing winter situation we've got.
Obviously, something has brought an unbalance to the 10 towns.
Another question. I know you mentioned that you like it's clear that you like to go help where help is needed. Um, do you have any ability to help maybe a child who was cursed by oral?
All I could do is look upon the child and pray to the Lord Sylvanus and see if there is anything he could do.
Guys, do you think it would be worth seeing if she can help baby Elsa?
I gave you the
Worth a
key
shot.
for a reason. You make that call.
Yeah, she is a druid worshiper of the god Sylvanus.
How close are we to that tower?
That tower was all the way in Targos, remember?
So we're like a
So
couple of
here
weeks away.
is you. So here is Targos
It's
up
not
there.
too far away. It's just north of Brinchenda.
Mhm.
Yep, and you guys are probably about here.
Where? Sorry, it didn't show up on. Oh, there it is.
Yep, along that road somewhere in there. So pretty good ways.
Mhm.
But we're on our way
Uh,
back to Brinchander, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'll pitch the idea to her of helping this kid or seeing what she might be able to do.
Bev, the name Sylvanus sparks a very recent memory for you.
We just saw the statue.
Correct.
Hmm. And he's a god of nature and he works against oral, correct?
Correct.
Hmm.
And you just
Should
saw
tell her
his
about the
statue
statue.
frozen in a pool.
Hmm.
Should you
we
tell
just
her about the statue?
maybe. Can I make an insight as to whether I should tell her about the statue?
No, that's up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll we recently saw a statue of Sylvanus in a frozen pool. Um is that any kind of information that might be valuable
That
to
would be
you?
one of his wild shrines.
Hmm.
And where was this? Could you point me the way? I would like to see it restored.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I'll pull out like a map, like a piece of parchment and try and draw her a map or something.
All right. She will tell you often such shrines have beneficial magical effects. If you ever return, perhaps in need, depending on what it is able to do, I might be able to assist you at some point, since you have done such a favor for the god.
Wow,
in
thank you.
Clearing his shrine of those foul beasts.
How far away is it from here?
So it's in that little forest just to the west.
Should we just show her?
We could cut through there on our way to Bryn Shander and show her where it's at.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind trying to get like some more magical powers.
I'm okay with that too.
I just work here.
Well, it won't grant you magical powers. The statue has magical powers that might have good benefits. She will tell you that sometimes this might be some type of healing. Sometimes it can remedy diseases and poisons. Very few very powerful shrines have even been said to raise the dead, but
So when in need,
she
not out of greed.
correct. If
A
you
high
are
five
ever
back
in
to
need,
Mr.
she can
Rime.
you can return, and she will attempt to. If the shrine is one of these mystical shrines, she will use its power to aid you.
It's good
It's really
information,
kind.
though.
And if you have nothing further with her, she and the polar bear make their way off the road heading to Goodmead and head toward the forest and disappear into the falling snow.
Let's continue on.
So,
Tally ho.
All right. Yeah, that evening, you all make camp for the night. And as you are sleeping, while you are in your trance, Elbereth,
Mm-hmm.
you find yourself having what could only be described as a nightmare. And normally, when you would normally wake up out of your trance, you find yourself unable to awaken, and you come out of it 8 hours later. Bev, you also are afflicted with terrible nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
When you awaken, you really can't even remember them, but you tossed and turned all night long and had these nightmares, and neither of you benefit from the effects of sleep, and so are both exhausted.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right. And during your travel, I would need your constitution checks from all of you. Hold on for Bev and Elbereth because you're already exhausted. And so you guys do have advantage due to your cold weather gear.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a normal roll then?
Yep. So for you two, it's going to be go ahead and apply the advantage because it's going to automatically.
Oh dang. Either way, I would have failed, I think.
Okay, so Bev, you have 2 levels of exhaustion because you are also very cold.
Mm-hmm. In
At the
hindsight,
end,
laying face down in a snowdrift for like a couple hours was a bad call.
right. So now your speed is halved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Bev is finding it increasingly difficult going as you travel throughout the day. The party can only travel as fast as the slowest member, and so all of your speed for the day is half your travel time. You just barely make it to the intersection there for the East Way up to Caer Dineval and Bryn Shander to the west and East Haven to the east.
Guys, I think we need to invest in some dog sleds.
yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Do you guys think we should like head to East Haven? Because like used to's looking terrible. And that is
Never
closer.
felt better.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys camp for the evening.
We'll see how they are in the morning before we decide.
Yep.
Go.
And once again, you two are affected by horrible nightmares and are unable to sleep. And both of you suffer another level of exhaustion.
God.
What is happening?
Dave's about to have us fight like a friggin' ice
And
giant or something.
so you guys travel to East Haven, and I will need another set of Constitution saving throws. With
still
advantage
roll with
because of your
advantage?
cold weather gear, yes. So everybody is fine. I don't think Bax.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to roll.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're all fine. You make it into East Haven by pressing on a little bit past sundown.
I'm gonna look at Bev. Have you been having like really bad nightmares? Because I haven't slept in 2 days.
Yeah, it's not been good. It's been real, and it's not even the usual one where I'm a duck, but I can't speak duck.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
a
I
lot
have that
worse.
one too.
Oh
I
God,
have, yeah.
this is why we're
That
besties.
right.
Yeah. Oh my God, I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't get sick a lot. We're kind of plucky halflings, but I think I've got just full on pneumonia right now.
Should we get checked by like a priest or a doctor
Yeah, I'd prefer a doctor just
or
personally.
both?
Yep. As you guys make it into the town, you're traveling along the Eastway, heading into East Haven. East Haven is one of the more prosperous of the towns in East Haven. I mean, in Icewind Dale. And you come to a large square as you're looking for one of the inns, and you see a large crowd gathered ahead of you. They are standing around a large pile of wood, atop which is a man in red robes who is tied to the stake. And there is a priest of Oral standing beside that says, Great Goddess Oral, heed now our cries and bless us as we offer up this sacrifice in your name, this heathen and betrayer of 10 towns. And he tosses a torch onto the oil-soaked wood that begins to rapidly burn as he climbs down. And the townsfolk cheer as this man in red robes begins to scream as he burns alive.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Should we leave?
We don't know their customs here.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that they are one of the towns that offer humanoid sacrifices to Oral.
Right. Yeah, that's what I meant by that, but yeah.
Yep, you do know that that is their custom.
Should we just walk past this and not draw attention to ourselves? Because I'm too tired to talk to people.
Yeah, normally I'd have a lot of thoughts about this,
Oh yeah, me too.
but I'm very sick.
Same.
Yeah, let's get
Mhm.
these two to a doctor.
All right. So a lot of you, where are you going? one of the inns? Are you trying to find a temple?
That's supposed to be the temple we want to go to. Healing if needed.
Okay. So you arrive at the temple. A temple to Shantea, the goddess of agriculture. It looks like it is in quite amount of disrepair, since of course agriculture is not exactly booming in the 10 Talons as of late.
Good snow. Yep.
Is there anybody inside?
You enter, and within you find a man who looks like maybe he's in his late 20s, early 30s, wearing the holy garb of Shantea.
Could you help my sister and our friend?
What ails them?
They have not been sleeping well, and they're very tired.
Yeah, he
Been
will
having
examine them.
Tears! Horrible, horrible tears!
But it's not the normal one where I'm a duck, but I can't speak duck. You know the one. So just really, really tired.
He will examine them and make a medicine check. And he says, well, I see nothing physically wrong with either of them.
Damn straight. Chief.
And
like,
after casting
Finger
detect
gun.
magic and observing them, he says, it looks like they are afflicted with a terrible curse.
oh, I was just about to ask you to identify this thing.
But
Now
the
I realize.
things,
Some type of abjuration magic lies upon them.
Can we get rid of it? Because I'm really tired.
Oh, it's the pearl and the
The wand.
Shut up, Max!
Tomb robbers!
No! I didn't even rob it. I was just gifted the pearl. It's not fair.
It's
She
not
put it
her
in my
fault.
hand.
She might be morally culpable because she knew where it came from, but it's mostly.
Can we get? I'm really tired, and I know that if I fall asleep, that I'm gonna cry again.
Yeah.
Can we get rid of this curse?
He will cast Lesser Restoration upon the two of you, removing the exhaustion that you are suffering. But unfortunately, he says there is nothing he can do to remove the curse that lies upon you.
I'm gonna pull the pearl out of my pocket. Does this have something to do with it?
He will examine it, and he says, I do not know, but that is quite a valuable object. It is a pearl of power. While it is on your person, you can regain 1 expended spell slot per day
Very nice.
as an action.
Do you have spells though?
I have conjure animals.
Okay.
So
I show Bev my hand that has the marking.
Yep.
Look, I can do a thing. I got gifted it by a chewinga.
You cast that more than once a day?
I can cast it 3 times a day.
You can cast it
3 times.
You can
cast
cast it 3
4
times. You can cast it 3 times, period. After 3 times, that goes away.
Oh, never mind then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was concerned about you using it so quickly.
You didn't specify that.
I did say it's good for 3 times.
I can go back and
The
replay.
wand is a wand of the War Mage.
Ooh.
What's that do?
+1.
I'm gonna give the pearl to Bolton. Here you go, buddy.
I'm not
It's a-
taking that.
It's a pearl of power.
And
I'll
I'm not
use
taking
it.
it.
I can be double cursed. It's fine.
I'll act like I'm putting it in Bev's pocket, but I'll slip it into Volton's pocket.
Yep, you do that, and you're, then
See,
about to walk out, and you feel in your own pocket, and it's back.
What the fuck? It's my precious. Alright.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I mean, as if Elle wasn't already insane, she's about to go real nutty.
Can I ask the priest? Okay, thank you. Thank you. That helps a little. Is there somewhere we could go that they could remove the curse? Maybe?
Perhaps one of the priests in Bryn Shander. I'm afraid that I do not have the skill to do so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Perhaps maybe even one of the priests of Oral would be willing to do so, if you're willing to deal with their kind.
What are their kind like outside of the human sacrifice thing, which is pretty not my style?
They have used this endless winter to browbeat the population into servitude, claiming that ever greater devotion to their goddess will finally appease her.
Mm-hmm.
While she's talking to the priest, I'm gonna put the pearl on the floor and start running towards the door.
Okay. You get outside, you lean against the door, heaving a sigh of relief to be rid of that thing, when you feel something in your shirt pocket, and you reach in, and there's the pearl.
I'll walk back in, all grumpy. Okay, all right, guys, this is bad.
Didn't that lady, Imelda, knew or say that the god of nature, Sylvanus?
Sylvanus. Yep,
Sylvanus.
Sylvanus.
Yeah, maybe
Yep.
he could uncurse shoes.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's true. But how do we tell her, hey, we need help. We're cursed because we robbed the grave of the tomb that was next to your gods. I don't think that that's going to go well.
You just don't tell her that part. You just tell her you're cursed.
You think that she's not magic or something?
I don't think she would be able to tell that.
I mean, we could try. But all I'm saying is I've tried to yeet this pearl 3 times. It's ended up back on my person. Well, I'll do anything at this point. I just want to sleep.
Unfortunately, I do not think your friends have the ability to travel very far for help. They were already in quite the condition when they arrived here.
Mm-hmm. If we got a dog sled, could we go to the cave faster?
Yes, a dog sled would cut your travel times in half.
Maybe it's time to get some dogs.
Yeah, I
You guys-
looked up the pricing, and
Mhm.
it's 20 gold for the dog sled and 50 gold for the sled dog.
Okay.
How many dogs would we need?
Mm-hmm.
So how many sleds?
We would just need 2 sleds, right? Because one person can ride and the other person mushes.
Mm-hmm.
And then how many ever dogs we have to have.
I'll straight up pay for a whole dog just to sleep.
I think that's like just 35 gold each, though.
Mm-hmm.
If one dog is enough, yeah. One dog can carry or pull 360 pounds.
So then we need 2? Because one for each sled?
You would need 3 dogs per sled.
I have 62
So it's
gold and
170 per
89.
setup.
I have 96 gold.
I'll give whatever gold I need to just
Got
sit and sleep.
62.
Yeah, I have 62 as well.
Yeah, I've got 95 gold.
Okay, so 62, 62, 95, and what was your specs?
You need
Wait, no.
350 gold total.
And Bev, what was your gold?
96.
Didn't Bev also have a gem though?
I
And
do.
you-
I have a fancy gemstone.
And Elbereth, you have a bag of some like special stones, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Those might be worth a few bob.
I also have 21 silver, if that means anything.
That's another 2 gold.
Ooh. So right now we're sitting at 317 in gold alone, and that's before the stones and gem. And how much did we need?
350.
How much would the silver coated stones sell for?
A gold piece.
Just one?
Mm-hmm. The gem that she has is worth 50 gold.
Well, that'll do, I think.
How much does this pearl go for?
Go sell it multiple times.
Exactly. How much does this pearl sell for?
Well, since it's magical, it sells for quite a lot, but it would take time to get a buyer.
Yeah, I don't got time.
Mm-hmm.
What if I just tell them it's a fake or it's not magical? It's just a pearl.
You're still going to have to spend a couple days finding somebody who is able to afford something like that.
I'll sell it for 3 dogs. Or 6 dogs and 2 sleds.
How short are we? Sorry.
We were at 317 out of 2 Earth. So we are 33 little pieces short.
30
So your gem would do it.
Okay, so yeah, let's use my gemstone.
All right, so you purchased 2 dog sleds.
I have no money.
Are you leaving that night, or are you going to get a night's rest before heading out?
I can't sleep.
I mean, for their sake, I think it might be worth just getting off.
All right.
She said.
So you all push for 3 days of forced marching to get back to the cave before Bev and
Hell.
Elle succumb to the effects of their curses.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you get there, all of you, because forced marching, have multiple levels of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
But you are able to make it back to the cave.
Yeah.
And you do find the druidess. She is there, and she has been working. She's got some fires built up around the pool, and has mostly thawed it out, uncovering the statue within it. And she, as you approach, she says, "Oh, you have returned so quickly."
Yeah.
We're really really tired and we have a curse and can't sleep. Help.
She will examine you for a little bit and says, yes. Did this curse come upon you due to items, or did somebody afflict you with it?
Afflicted.
Items.
No, afflicted.
I stole some stuff.
Oh my god,
Um,
shut up!
I didn't steal it because the person was dead. I'll be dead soon. If you want to steal these from me, I won't curse you when I'm dead. That's harsh.
Okay, so did you tell her what was told her? I didn't understand that.
I tell her just the full truth because I'm so freaking exhausted
Okay.
that for once I can't lie.
She says, well, you will. Yes, the Lord Sylvanus would be quite angry that you stole from one of his servants. But I believe that all you need to do is return the items from where you stole them.
We can't move our body as much. Can you take the lid off the dead guy?
Yeah, she'll have the polar bear heave against the stone and move it and allow you to replace the gem, the pearl, and the wand from where you took it. And immediately it's like a weight has lifted off of your shoulders.
I do like a Grandpa Joe from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and start dancing.
You're still exhausted.
Okay. I just move my foot a little, and I'm like,
But you
"Am I
can
doing
tell that
cartwheels?"
you are free from the curse.
Can we sleep?
Yep, it takes you 3 days to get rid of all 3 levels of exhaustion.
I mean, that's what I'm about to do after this.
Is the pool? Is there any chance that it's like a hot spring, or is it really? It's still.
No, it was frozen when you guys encountered it, and she's just got it thawing out.
Polar plunge, baby.
And she will tell you that, so the pool, if you ever need it, can provide the effects of greater restoration. But it's only able to do it once per person, ever. So once you benefit from it, you can never do so again.
What does restoration do?
Greater restoration?
Yeah.
It can end an effect that has charm or petrified a target. So if you're turned to stone, it can remove the effects of one curse, including the target's attunement to the cursed magic item. It can cure the reduction of an ability score, and it can end one effect that is reducing your hit point maximum.
All right, bet. So I'm gonna lean over to Bev. We should just go get the items back and then go play in the water.
I don't want to tick off Nature Daddy.
Yeah, Bev is pretty sure that Nature Daddy's nice cleansing pool is not going to cure the curse that he causes you for stealing from one of his ancient priestesses.
We need 5 minutes.
I broke Jordan.
Yeah, Sylvanus is now canonically called Nature Daddy.
No! No!
Yep.
Yes!
I just don't like how smoothly and quickly, without a second thought, you said, yes, Nature Daddy. Why? Why? You scarred my childhood enough. You don't have to continue to do it. Thanks a lot, Britt.
I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not.
By the way, Britt, you still have 17 gold from selling your gem.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry, I had to do math.
Good deal.
I that actually gave me a migraine. I'm not I'm not a fan of what just happened.
Well, here you are in
Don't say it.
the remains of this cave where the druidess is trying to restore the shrine to the nature daddy.
Uh, uh. I don't like that. I don't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And now, what do you want to do?
Bleach my ears.
What did she say she was doing? She was
You
repairing
what?
the statue.
She was thawing out the pool in which the statue resides.
Okay. Oh, I mean, there's no reason to stay here. Then get back off to Brinchand if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Brandon sounds like a plan.
heading to Brinchander, or are you going to East Haven again?
Where is
Pretender.
Danik? She's in Brinchander, right?
Yeah.
Yes, or she was. You have been gone for almost 3 weeks now. But she did say she didn't have a desire to travel anymore.
Yeah, maybe we should
And
try
she's
and get.
gonna want to see us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's your best friend.
Besties.
Besties.
I love the stream name.
I changed it just for you.
It's beautiful.
So gross. So fucking gross. Yeah, let's go find your best friend.
Well,
I feel as though we should take the sledge just through the forest and it'll take less time. Just a thought. Don't want to keep your best friend waiting any longer.
I pull Elle aside and I'm like, "You're my best friend." Well, Bax is my best friend. You are tied with Bax, with him having a slight edge because we are pretty much the same human being.
I'll give her
Split in
finger
half.
guns. You're my best friend too.
Aw. Bev hugs Elle's leg.
No, I'll pat her on the head.
No joke, that is literally what I do with my best friend. Like when she's sad, I'll just go over and lay like a warm, dry hand and pat her on the top
Yep,
of the head. I
and
don't know how to comfort you, but I love you.
all right. And with that, we're going to take, before we begin the next leg of the journey, a quick 5-minute break for
Right.
everybody to grab sodas and do other things that they need to do. And
Go get cotton swabs and put them in my ears so I don't have to hear you say that.
Go make
and
some
we
Nature
will.
Daddy t-shirts.
Yeah. We will be right back. All right. So you guys end up spending the night there because after you got rid of the curse, you were all still exhausted. Spent the night sleeping, ridding yourselves of the effect of the exhaustion. Jordan, when you wake up in the morning, you find that your Chewinga is no longer there. But on the opposite hand to which you have the charm of animal friendship, of animal conjuring, you find another mark on your other hand.
Okay.
And
What'd
that
that one
one,
do?
it gives you the charm of vitality. One time, and one time only, you are able to benefit from the effects as if you were under a potion of vitality.
Okay.
Which when you use it, it removes any exhaustion you're suffering, cures any diseases or poison affecting you, and for the next 24 hours, you regain the maximum number of hit points for any hit die you spend.
Okay.
And you can use that one time, and I will add that to your character sheet.
Guys, the Chewinga's gone.
But Danica needed it. And what if she gets mad at us because we don't have it? And then she doesn't want to be her friend, and then we don't get to go on the vacation.
Can we use the lantern to see if it's nearby?
Yep, I'll use another oil and top up the lantern and
It does not glow with a green light.
I think we spent way too much time doing other things.
That seems reasonable.
That's it. Is I'm gonna regret this. Is Nature Daddy's elf still here?
Yes, the Nature Daddy's servant
Stop.
is still here.
I hate that you're saying
It's
that.
canon now.
I hate that you're saying it. I hate
Yep,
it.
Sylvanus, his canon title now is Nature Daddy.
Can you not say it like that? Like any other way would be fantastic, but Nature Daddy is gross.
Okay. Yep. So his official title is now Nature Daddy.
Oh no!
You said any other way. So.
I'm a liar. Oh god.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
We need to find a new Chewinga.
Well, I guess we could start heading towards East Haven and check on our way, because there's no point in going back
Oh
to
yeah.
Bryn Shander without a Chewinga.
Chewinga.
yeah.
Yeah, because what if
And
she
they-
doesn't like us anymore?
And she said she had heard reports of trouble in East Haven. We could go check on that if we don't find the Chewinga.
All right. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I'll show everybody. So also, side note, if I start dying and coughing up blood, I have another mark, and I don't know if this one. Do I know that it's from the Chewinga?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
And I'm pretty sure it's from the Chewinga, so I shouldn't start to cough up blood. But if I do, probably this one.
Yep, you can use it to recover. They cannot do that for you. You have to use it.
Yeah. And I'll just kind of flaunt my new mark.
It looks very cool.
Yeah, I bet your Nature Daddy can't give you this. Fucking gross.
All right.
Are
So,
Chewingas associated with oral at all, being cold creatures?
no, they are elementals.
Okay.
Yep. So, you all head back out on the road for East Haven, which Takes another few days for you to reach.
We're checking for chewingas on the way.
All right.
One,
So you get back to Goodmead and encounter no chewingas there.
Okay, we're on the way to East Haven.
can I buy some more oil in Goodmead?
Yes, you can.
Me and Bev are just, we have our cloaks up so that nobody can see our faces, because I'm sure she's still mortified from her loss.
Someone does briefly see her hiking in the woods outside of town and takes a picture, but outside of that, she disappears for like the next 2 years.
She's just a Sasquatch now. Nobody. She's a myth.
Yep. Her face is never seen again in East Haven.
Goodmead.
Yes, could be.
that'd be the
All
one that I
right.
made for office. God, Mom, you gotta get it right.
God, it's worse than nature, Daddy. Have an adult call you Mom.
Oh yeah, Mom, it's okay. I get it.
Oh no!
Oh,
What have I done?
you want me to call you Mommy, don't you?
No!
All right. So you make it back to East Haven. To find, as you pass through the square where the man had been burned alive, any remnants of that happening have already been scrubbed.
Wow, they're efficient.
How is it
Can
that
we-
Ice Mommy makes you do sacrifices?
No. no. Your mommy.
It depends. Like, usually it's once every new moon for those who are offering humanoid sacrifices. For warmth, it might be like, in Goodmead they offer warmth, or Dugan's Hole they offer warmth once a 10-day. And the same is true in Goodmead. So basically once a week there they do without fires for the night.
Without like sort of warmth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once you get to East Haven, what would you like to do?
Should we get a room at an inn? What time did we
what
get
time of day
it?
is it?
By the time you get there, once again, it's evening.
Okay, yeah. Should we get a room?
Sure.
Great. Yeah. Mommy, you're gonna have to pay for this. You're the only one that has money.
Bev screams into a pillow and then goes and pays.
Hey, Bax.
Yeah.
Bax, I'd like to give you my bed because I'd like to sleep on the floor with Mommy tonight.
Oh God.
What are you talking about?
Bev casts disguise self on herself so that she looks like Bax, and you can't tell which is which.
I mean, I'll just sleep on the floor with both of you guys. It's okay.
Yeah, so in East Haven, there is the Wet Trout Tavern and the White
tavern.
Lady Inn are the two most popular establishments.
Do we want to go fishy or do we want to go
North Face.
North Face? Yes. Uggs.
Right?
Ugg boots. Yes.
The
Pumpkin
White
spice.
Lady is closer.
Yeah, we could go to Ugg boots.
I'm fine with going to Ugg boots.
We're just gonna start nicknaming everything.
Where are you going?
White Lady and the Ugg boots in.
Okay. You make it to the White Lady. This musty old inn is named after a local legend known as the White Lady, a ghost that's rumored to walk on Lake Dinishare.
Oh, I want to see that. Mommy, you want to go look?
As you enter, there is a halfling man walking around and talking to people. And as you come up, he goes, "We live in dark times. Perhaps the spirit of the White Lady can help. Are you curious what she has to say? I'm about to lead a seance, and we're going to try and talk to her."
Yes. Yeah, let's do that. Let's participate in this. Everybody good with participating in this?
I don't see anything wrong that could come out of this.
Um,
Can we? So
I don't think I'm interested.
We can't split the party backs.
should stay
So
with me.
who is going to participate in the seance?
I'll raise my hand.
Yep. Bev will also participate.
I'll briefly raise Babs' hand before I'm sure he pulls it away.
Yeah.
I'll go to keep an eye on them too.
All right. The man says, "My name is Ronaldo, and I did not get your lovely ladies' names." And he says that as, briefly looks over to Elbereth, but he takes Bev's hand and kisses the back of her hand as he introduces himself.
I'm Veronica. She says because she's not sure.
I'm Mars.
Yeah.
He's Veronica and I'm Mars.
Mhm. We're
All right.
Detectives.
rich
Yep.
cousin detectives.
And we detect with Nature Daddy. I hate that Bev has started to make me a chronological back to back lies.
All right. So he leads you all up to his room with a few other interested patrons. He lights some candles and some incense about the room, and you all sit around a small table set in the middle of the room. And smoke from the burning incense clouds the room. Multicolored lamps and silks are hung from the rafters, and the light from several candles illuminates a circle of uncomfortable-looking guests sitting around the table. Ronaldo pushes back the sleeves of his robe, raises his hands, closes his eyes, and intones, "Lady who watches from the lake, come to us in our darkest hour. Tell us what you have seen." After a moment of silence, thick frost forms on the inside of the windows, turning them opaque, and the candles go out one by one. He says, "I believe that the lady is present. If you have any questions, ask them now. Try to reach out to her."
Ask her about baby Elsa.
Is there a way to help baby Elsa?
So who is trying to communicate with the White Lady? Just Bev?
Bev and Elbreth have the same question here.
All right, so I will need you guys to make persuasion checks in the tower, please.
Yep. Can I use my Tides of Chaos, my once a day freebie to get advantage on that?
Yep.
It's good that I am proficient.
Oh, okay. All right. So you ask, what did you ask?
Is there a way to help baby Elsa?
Yeah.
As you sit there, you see on one of the windows of the room the words, almost like a finger is drawing in the frost on the window. I know no Elsa.
What is that stupid kid's name?
Yeah, I think Bev would probably be using the real name, but I do not have my
Yeah,
note for that in
yeah,
front of me.
does not know that person.
Okay.
Do you know how to stop the winter? It's with love.
No.
Um, could Bev quietly, like without maybe Elbreth hearing, ask if the lady on the lake knows anything about where she and her brother come from and if any of their family are around still?
A terrible scream fills the room, and the windows shatter, and
Oh, you pissed it off.
and snow flurries around, blinding everybody. The rest of the patrons rush out in terror, leaving you and Ronaldo, Elbereth, and Volton sitting there. And Ronaldo says, "I sense that the presence has departed."
Does that happen a lot? The windows breaking and whatnot?
I think she was a bit frustrated. The questions regarding the winter and how to end it, that was definitely a good one, but asking about random people and your own personal past, those are not things that the lady would have had anything to do with, and I believe you probably frustrated and angered her.
Oh, I'm gonna reach into Bev's pocket and grab a tissue because I sense a mental breakdown about to happen.
As you reach for the tissue, Bev is already in the fetal position on the ground.
I fucking do it. How heavy is Bev again?
Really like.
Yep, Ronaldo will walk over and take your hand in his. Do not fret, my dear lady. I'm sure that maybe we can try again once the spirits have calmed down.
Okay.
Yeah, it was our first attempt. I would not fret over it too much. I mean, these things are always trial and error, you know. You look like someone with a great deal of experience in such areas.
Yes, I'm a world-renowned psychic.
I hate you so much.
I could tell right away that was the case.
Oh man, this guy.
Energy always.
I could tell a fellow sensitive when I saw one.
You get me. You get me, Ronaldo.
Might I have your company at dinner tonight, Veronica?
He really wants to be your daddy.
And Bev's like, could my brother come?
He looks a little crestfallen at that, but says, of course.
And sure, we'd love to.
Family is important.
He does have a gluten allergy. And I bring my relative who has a really specific dietary need, like Bev.
All right. So he will treat you and Bax to dinner.
Bax, I think we're making a friend.
And he says, where are you from? Are you native to the Tin Towns? I've lived here my entire life myself.
We're a little bit from all over, right, Bax?
I didn't go upstairs with y'all.
Yeah, but he invited her to dinner and she accepted if you could come.
Okay.
Yep, okay. And he and you guys are having dinner with Ronaldo.
Oh, okay. What was the question again?
Are you guys from the 10 towns or elsewhere?
We're our memories are a little vague on that. I'm sorry to say. Um, not originally from here, but we're not certain exactly where we're from.
Ah, I see. Mysterious past. How intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
when did you first discover your psychic abilities?
And I just look
I-
at Bev, and I'm like, what?
well,
do you
as
share
someone
your
who's
Do you share
corroborate-
your sister's gifts, Baxling?
No, no, I'm afraid I do not share her
No.
gifts.
He got the beauty, I got the power. Classic dynamic.
He says, "Oh, I would highly beg to differ."
No, everyone says I'm the pretty one.
I mean, just classically, look at those cheekbones. I realize I have the same cheekbones, but look at them on his face. It's just spectacular.
He says, "I think you are quite lovely."
Thank you.
I was speaking to the lady.
Oh, well then, and I'm cuter, so okay, that's fine.
He realizes that he is not going to win in this line of conversation. Well, what brings you to East Haven?
We've heard that there's been a little bit of trouble around town lately. And as my, as you know, or as everyone knows, I'm a renowned psychic, and Bax is very good at fighting, and so is Volton, and so is Mars. So,
Who's Mars?
oh, Mars,
Oh,
elf lady, um, likes to pull tissues out of my Esh vest.
And I just
Um,
squint my eyes again and look at.
I message him, and I go, okay, listen. Also, first of all, it's weird that you haven't noticed that he's been referring to me as Veronica for the last hour. You need to pay closer attention, Maxwell. And then, and second of all, Elbreth is going by Mars. I'm a little worried about the impact of the election on my reputation in the Tin Towns, so I thought I'd just take on an alternative identity for a
Does all
little
that
bit.
fit in a message?
I cast it a couple of times to communicate all this, so I will have to wild magic surge check.
Okay, that's the first one. Second
All right.
one. One more. Because that was a lot to explain.
Yes, it was.
Uh-oh.
So
Here
three
it is.
three or lower. Okay, you're good.
All right, now 4 or lower. Okay.
Yep.
At least he's caught up.
He says, "Well, if I believe that I heard that the captain of the militia was indeed looking for someone to help with an issue. I think he said the word was that somebody had disappeared."
Oh, who? If
I'm afraid I don't know the whole of the matter. Like I said, you would need to talk to the militia captain.
Would we find him like at the town hall or?
That would probably be the best place to look.
Oh, okay.
Of course, that you would have to approach him during normal hours, not in the middle of the night.
Okay, so we should wait till tomorrow then.
But that would probably be best.
Okay.
Bolton, anything you're doing while all of this is taking place?
I'm stuffing my face.
Yeah, I'm with Bolton.
All right.
I'm not
like on the
actually.
other side of the restaurant.
No, I'm just like sitting right behind the guy while he's talking to you. I'm just eyeing him.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
You can give me an insight check.
Me?
Yes. All right. You just can't seem to get a read on him.
Staring at the back of his head's not doing much, I guess.
Right. All right. So for the rest of the evening, yeah, he talks about your adventures, what you've been doing in 10 towns, if you put your psychic abilities to any other uses.
Just kind of just doing your standard like reading and that kind of thing as we travel. That kind of a thing. Do you mostly do seances, or do you dabble in any other kind of magical work?
No, I am afraid I am not gifted in the ways of the arcane. I do, seances for the locals for a little bit of coin. And I was hoping that perhaps my meager skills might be able to benefit the people of East Haven.
Well, you're clearly very talented. Because
Oh, you are far too kind. It really warms the heart hearing such from a world-renowned psychic such as yourself.
Yes, I'm sure it does.
So just make small talk for the rest of the evening. You all turn in. Before you do turn in for the evening, Ronaldo asks Bev, he says, Miss Veronica, would it be okay if I called upon you tomorrow evening and perhaps we could have some private time together?
Without bags?
Do you and your brother go everywhere together?
Pretty much, yeah. I honestly really can't think of a single time when we haven't gone to the same place. Bags?
Nope. Everywhere. Always.
Well, I was just thinking that perhaps, we could spend some time alone to get to know one another. There are not many halflings in the 10 towns.
Is he a halfling?
Yes, he's a Strongheart halfling.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I didn't realize that. I've been thinking he was an elf this whole time.
No, he is a halfling.
Hey, what is your last name?
I am only Ronaldo. I never knew my parents, so what my family name may have been, I do not know.
Oh my god. I feel like I just caught Dave trying to trick me into having an affair with a relative.
No.
I feel like I caught him. Can I do like an insight check?
Sure.
To see if we are related, and can I roll it with advantage?
Sure.
Wild magic search.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, you're going to use your thing again?
Yeah, my deal. Okay. You can do this. You can get a nat 20.
And you are bardically inspired with a D12.
Amazing. Can I?
If you
roll
want to add that.
to...
Yep.
Yes. Okay, we can do this. Get a 12 or an 11. Okay.
Yeah,
right,
this
so
guy
29.
has no resemblance to your family at all. Doesn't look like he's related in the least bit of way, and you can tell he is extremely interested in you.
To be your daddy.
In a romantical type of way.
Bev Bev, who has fully just been like, wow, it's so nice to meet other friends this whole evening, is finally like, oh. Hmm. She just stares for him.
He says, so is that a yes to my proposal of an evening on the town together, or...
Bev looks at Bax like, what do I do with this?
Just kind of shrug at her.
Do it.
Oh God. Okay. Every campaign, it seems like my characters end up with an NPC, but somehow the fact that Jordan is here makes it feel so wrong. Yeah. She's like, sure. Yeah, we can go out for a night on the town. It's fine.
Lovely. I will
you.
call upon you tomorrow evening. And with that, he will head to his room. You see him open the door and immediately shiver as snow from the shattered windows blows around, and he goes, "Oh, right." And he walks in and shuts the door.
Amazing.
Goes over to the other table now, and so we're leaving before tomorrow night then.
Maybe.
I'll walk over to the table as well, and we have to go talk to that guy, and he might need us to do things, and if he needs us to do things, then she's just gonna go on a date, buddy.
So, Veronica?
Yeah, it's her.
Yeah, you can't build anything like that built on lies.
Backling coming in with the classic relationship advice.
Oh.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
form a solid relationship built on lies.
Amazing.
We don't want a solid relationship, Bax. She just needs his money.
His munty?
Money.
Oh God. She's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm a honeypot.
Oh no!
You did get the idea that he doesn't exactly make a whole ton of a lot of money doing
Take him for what he has, it doesn't
seances.
matter. Nah. Any money is more money than what we got right now.
Oh.
Well, we do know we need to talk to the militia guard leader tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
So why don't we get a good night's sleep and
Yep,
we
you
can
guys.
discuss this later.
I call sleeping next to mommy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Extra for the stables for the dogs.
Oh, right. You would have needed to stable your dogs. Yep, just average stable costs, whatever those are.
Free because we got the seance. Got to pay for it. It's fine.
And you guys get your long rest for the evening.
Nice.
Bev does have a nightmare tonight, but it's just the duck one.
Once I wake up from my
and don't
meditation,
speak duck.
once I wake up from my meditation, I'm going to lean over Bev and watch her sleep the rest of the night.
Okay.
And I'll be there when she wakes up in the morning. Don't you even worry. Eyes wide open, waiting for her to open hers.
All
I
right.
pop one eye open.
You're awake.
Hey.
Okay. Tis all. Should we go? Should we go talk to the militia leader?
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
All right. So you make your way to the town hall. And there you ask about the captain of the militia, and you are introduced to a woman bedecked in a tailored coat and a fur hat, who introduces herself as Imdra Arlagath. She says, well, are you going to stand there and gape all day, or did you have a question?
We heard that you had some stuff that you needed help with.
Ah, yes. 4 fishermen went missing on Lake Dinishare a 10-day ago. The coastline is hard to sail along because of the ice flows, but savvy anglers prefer it. There are a few competing fishers from other lake towns, and we need someone to scout the coastline and search for them.
We don't have to go on the actual water, do we?
Well, it might help, but I guess you could just walk along the shore.
Yeah, we
I
don't have
imagine it can be much slower going. Perhaps you could borrow a boat from one of the anglers on the docks. Or
could we borrow
rent one.
Could we borrow a person too? Because I don't think you're
Bev knows how to navigate boats.
Oh
I
God,
do.
here we
I'm
fucking
incredibly.
go.
I'm familiar with maritime activities and
I'm gonna
law.
lean. I'm gonna lean in and put my hand
advanced
over
knowledge
Bev's
of
mouth
maritime
to keep
law.
her from talking. Bev.
Well,
But no. Look at me. Looking at you. Looking at me. Look at me. Looking at you. Looking at me. Looking at you. Looking at me. Looking at you. Boats are expensive, and you lying right now. If we go out there and you ruin a boat, not only could we possibly die, but if we don't die, they're going to kill us because we can't pay for the boat.
A rowboat's not that expensive.
You're not helping.
He says, well, regardless, if you will find the missing fisherman, I'm afraid that in these troubled times I don't have much in the way of coin to offer you, but our recent executee / sacrifice had a few items that might be of interest to wanderers such as yourself. A scroll in a copper tube and a gray bag that gleams with magic. You may choose one or the other if you are successful in locating our lost fishermen.
Real quick question. What if they're dead?
Well, bring back that information. Alive or dead, you located them, you will be paid.
Okay. If we bring them back alive, can we have both?
No.
See that? All right, never mind.
Fair. This feels fair. Hey, what do you know about a guy named Rodolfo? What's his deal?
I believe he's the halfling gentleman that does seances down at the White Lady Inn. Seems like a decent fellow, although I don't believe in all that speaking with the dead thing unless you're a priest who deals in such things. I would not deign to question the gods, but yes, hocus pocus, I believe, is little more than a parlor trick. But he seems to offer some comfort to those wishing to speak to the spirits of their dear departed loved ones, and doesn't appear to do any harm. He doesn't try to take them for their life savings or things like other ne'er-do-wells who claim to be psychics.
Wait, he does seances where you can talk to your dead relatives? Allegedly, obviously, I don't believe in that. I'm a famed paranormal discreditor.
The world-renowned psychic and a famed debunker.
Mhm.
Yes, well, I don't pay too much of attention to that. He seems harmless.
Mhm.
Anyway, you now have a job to do you not?
Indeed, we do.
And that is where we will call it for the evening. And you guys will be level 4.
Yay!
Great.
That'll give you a chance to level up with our remaining time. To those watching, thanks for visiting and watching the antics as our players go about their assorted adventures. We'll be having our next session hopefully next week, same time, 6 o'clock Central. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
All praise nature, Daddy.
Oh gosh.